Hey beautiful people, welcome back to another Vinyasa practice. My name is Sarah. If I haven't met you before, it's lovely to meet you. In today's class, we're going to be opening through the front body a bit. We're going to be also playing with our hands, so strengthening through the upper body and the core. It's going to be a little bit shorter, quite dynamic, with some options to challenge your practice a little bit. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Before we get started in our asana practice, I would love it if you found this video beneficial, if you could like, comment, subscribe. It just means that we are able to share the love of yoga with more people, which is always beneficial. Anyway, we'll get started in it. If you have a block nearby, then feel free to bring that into your practice, but no worries if not. We'll get started in a Vajrasana, or a kneeling position. So perhaps you land the hands on your thighs, palms down or palms up. And when it feels right for you, just starting to close down the eyes. Starting to breathe in and out through the nose. Perhaps even lengthening your breaths here. So filling up through the diaphragm, the ribs, the chest. And then feeling your exhale pull you even further onto your mat today. And can we use this practice today as a way to find a pause within your day? A moment where you're just here for you, your body, your mind, giving back to yourself. I struggle with this, and I know other people do. It's so easy to prioritize other things or make up in your head that tasks are really urgent, and so we put our practice on the back burner. But when we do make time for ourselves, even when it's short, it means that we can go into the rest of our day with more intention, with more clarity, with more focus, and so many other benefits as well. In the first sutra of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, which is a book of yoga philosophy and wisdom, the first sutra is Atha Yoga Anushasana, which relatively translates to the practice of yoga starts now. And what you can interpret that as is, as soon as you turn up for yourself, as soon as you turn up on your mat in this practice of yoga, or off the mat in this practice of yoga, we are going to feel into those benefits, receive those benefits and the teachings that the practice has to offer. Let's take about 3 to 5 more breaths here. And just starting to turn up even more. Turning up in your body, in your breath. Turning up in your mind and in your heart. One more deep breath in and out. Start to crack open the eyes. Can you use a big breath in to sweep both hands up and over your head? As you exhale, take the right hand towards the right side of the mat. Left hand comes up and over. Inhale, come back through center. Lift the hands. Exhale, left hand comes over. Right hand reaches far away. A couple more times with your own breath. Using your inhale to lengthen. Using your exhale to deepen. You're trying to lift up and out of the waist here, feeling that beautiful stretch through the side body. One more time each side. So the hands are reaching slightly in front of the body. Maybe finding your eye gaze on your hands, on your thumbs. I'm going to start to make this a little bit more dynamic. So as you breathe in, can you lift the hips off the heels? Right hand comes towards the hips. Exhale, take a little side bend and a back bend. Inhale, drop the hips down. As you exhale, left hand comes towards the hips. You're sweeping hand right up and over. A couple more times in your own breath. So you're trying to twist the heart towards the side. And if you've got a block nearby, you're more than welcome to use this to bring your hand onto, to allow you to go a little bit deeper. If you don't have a block and you want it a little bit more, you can start to reach the hands down towards the thighs or maybe the calf. Just make sure that you're engaging through the glutes, and that's going to help protect the lower back. Let's try about one more each side. Finding that connection of movement with breath. And then when you're ready, just come back through center, come up to standing on the shins. Hands come wide, breathe in, start to lift the right knee up towards the chest. And then when you're ready, take a big step forward with that right foot. Hands come towards the thighs, start to drop through the hips. Shoulders pull down the spine. Maybe a little shift from side to side feels good here. You could always bring the hands towards the ground. Use your next breath in to lift up, shift the hips back. As you exhale, right toes turn back, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Soft bend in the right leg. You can always bring your fingertips down. If you wanted a challenge, you could sweep the hands behind you. We're going to start to make this a little bit more dynamic. So use your next breath in, bend into the right leg, sweep the arms up and over. Exhale, sweep the arms back, hands can come to the ground or behind. 2 more times. Inhale. Option here to flex the left foot and draw it towards the glutes. Exhale, sweep behind. Right hip draws back. Inhale, last time. Exhale. Walk yourself towards the top of the mat, frame out your front foot, tuck onto the left toes, big breath in as you step the right foot back into your plank position. You can always drop the knees down here. Can you take some circles on your wrists? So you're spreading the fingertips wide, puffing up through the upper back, drawing the ribs towards the hips. And then swap directions of the circles, so starting to bring some heat into the upper body and the core. Can you take a little step back with the feet and take a little step forward with the hands? So we're hollowing out our plank here. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. I'm going to get a little bit funky. Let's all bring the knees down for the first round. Can we start to lower the elbows to the ground until we find a hover? You can tap the elbows one at a time. Use your next breath in to press through both hands, either one elbow at a time, or you can try both elbows at the same time. Option to come to the toes. Exhale as we drop the elbows towards the ground, and use your next breath in. Press yourself back to your plank. One more time. Inhale. Exhale to drop. Inhale to lift. And then exhale, lower the elbows again. This time we all drop the hips down towards the ground, squeeze the glutes, big breath in, lift tall through the spine. Exhale, pull the shoulders down for your Sphinx pose. You can stay here or flex your right foot, try pull the right foot close towards the glutes. Let's try one more breath here. Can you imagine the elbows are trying to pull back towards the ribs? Lower the chest towards the ground, bring the hands by the ribs, press up onto your knees, big breath in, exhale, travel back into your balasana. At any point, this is a great pose where you can rest, where you can soften at any time in your practice. Let's start to walk the hands back towards the knees, and we're going to try that on the other side. So use your next breath in, draw the left knee towards the chest. Hands might come wide, and then as you exhale, big step forward, dropping the hips down. Maybe the hands come towards the thighs. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Big stretch for our right psoas, our right hip flexor. Big breath in. As you exhale, start to transfer the weight back. Lift up the left toes, soften the left knee. Try draw the left hip back here. If you've got space, draw the left toes back as well. Use your next breath in, shift the weight forward, lift up the arms, Anjaneyasana. Maybe baby back bend, and then as you exhale, shift it back. 2 more times. Inhale, this time option to flex the right foot, draw it close towards the glutes, shoulders down the spine. Exhale, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Shift the weight forward into the top of the mat. Bring the hands wide, tuck onto the right toes. Breathe in as you shift the left foot back into your plank position. Exhale to hold. This time we're going to practice some chaturangas. So inhale, shift the weight forward on your knees, your toes. Exhale, lower yourself halfway, elbows tuck in. Inhale, press back to your plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, lower half. 2 more times. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, press back up. This time we make our way back down onto our belly. So bring some warmth into our upper body. Bring your hands back into your Sphinx pose. So elbows underneath the shoulders. Big breath in, lift tall through the spine. Exhale, draw the elbows back. This time left foot kicks towards the glute. Flex the foot. Draw the shoulders down. If you want a bit more, you can press into your hands here. One more breath. Lower heart space towards the ground. Press up onto your knees. Tuck under your toes. Send your hips up and back. Urdhva Dhanurasana, downward facing dog. Maybe you pedal out the feet here. Drawing one heel down, drawing the other heel down. Lifting the hips high. Just moving in a way that feels good for you in this moment. Maybe you shake out the head, relax the neck. You're pressing through the hands to try find space, try find a little bit of force to draw the chest back towards the thighs. One more breath here. Use your next breath in to walk up towards the top of the mat. Bring your feet about hip width distance, and then as you exhale, fold yourself forward. You just let the upper body hang down. If you want a little bit more, you could take the hands behind the back, clasping opposite elbows. Using this as a way to hug your upper body into the lower body. So not only using this forward fold as a way to lengthen through the back body, but also a way just to fold into ourselves. Finding that connection, mind, body, breath, heart. Release the hands if you have them. Big breath in as you lift yourself halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, fold yourself forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, sweep both hands up and over the head, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands by the sides, Tadasana. One Surya Namaskara, A. Breathe in and lift, sweep the arms up and over. Exhale, tip from the hips, soften the knees, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to shins, lift yourself halfway. Exhale, hands to the ground so you can step or hop back through your chaturanga, bending the elbows close to the body. Inhaling, baby cobra or upward facing dog, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Exhale, coming up and back, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Soften the knees here. Draw the chest towards the thighs. Heels press down towards the ground, but try not to lock out the knees here. Okay, we want to try create space in the spine. Use your next breath in either to walk up to the top of the mat or bend your knees, look forward. Take a little hop. Exhale to fold yourself forward. Inhale, lift halfway, rebounding. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, sweep the arms, lift the eye gaze. Exhale, hands by the sides. Okay, we're going to add on a little bit. Start to transfer the weight into the left leg. We're going to find a few knee swings. So swinging the knee forward and then back a couple of times. It's quite fast for the breath. If you want to try, you can breathe in for 1 count and then exhale for 1 count. Let's try 2 more breaths here. Also a bit of balance. Next time your foot lands back, can you hold here? Open the arms wide. Big breath in. Exhale, start to lean yourself forward. Fingertips might come towards the ground. Can you lift the knee a little bit higher? Breathe in, lift yourself halfway. Hands might come towards the shins. As you exhale, option to step back through your chaturanga, or you can jump back with the leg off. We'll all meet halfway. Keep the right knee bent. Big breath in here, press away from the ground slightly. As you exhale, start to tap the right knee to the right foot towards the left side of the mat. It's probably not going to touch. Inhale, come back through center and pull through. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Soften the knees. Option here to either tap the right elbow towards the ground. If you feel like you have space, you can try find both elbows towards the ground in your dolphin pose. Draw the belly button towards the spine. Keep pressing away from the ground with the elbows and the hands. If you're in your dolphin pose, either walking or we're going to jump and lift the elbows at the same time, use your next breath in to find your way to the top of the mat, all of us. Exhale to fold yourself forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold yourself forward. Inhale to rise, lift the arms, lift the eye gaze, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, hands by the sides, Tadasana. One more time, other side. So shift the weight into the right leg. Start to sweep the arms and the leg forward and back. So making this a little bit dynamic. You can take this slower if you'd like. It's quite fun. Let's try about 2 more breaths here. Really hard for the balance. Next time you take your feet back, can you hold there? Lift the foot up a little bit higher. Big breath in. Open the arms wide. Exhale, dive yourself forward. Pull the left foot towards your glutes. Tuck the chin in. Variation of standing splits. Inhale, lift yourself halfway. Hands might come to the shins. As you exhale, either walking back through your chaturanga or option to jump back. Left knee stays bent. Breathe in, press away from the ground, draw the knees together. As you exhale, start to tap the left foot towards the right side of the mat. Inhale, come back through center. Pull through, press through the arms. Exhale, come up and back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. If you tried single arm dolphin the other side, try to do the other side. If you wanted to try full dolphin, both elbows touch down. So opening up through the upper body, drawing the chest through, shoulders come up the spine. Use your next breath in to make your way to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold yourself forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift yourself halfway, shoulders pull down the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise, sweep the arms, lift the eye gaze. Exhale, hands by the sides, Tadasana. Just take a couple of breaths here. Reminding ourselves that our practice is not just about our asanas, it's about how we move through those asanas, bringing awareness to each step that we take, into the transitions in between each asana, filling each breath with intention and attention. We're going to flow through one main sequence each side, and then we're going to start to slow things down. Can you use your next breath in, transfer the weight into the left foot, draw the right knee towards the nose. Maybe you hug the knee towards the chest, curl the nose towards the knee. You could stay here if you wanted a challenge. Take the back of the thigh or the calf and see if you can extend your right leg away. Starting to open through, even more so through the right hamstring, down the back of the leg. Try one more breath here. Can you curl your upper body a little bit further forward? Inhale, come back through center. As you exhale, got a couple of options. Hands come around the back of the foot. Natarajasana, dancer's pose. You might reach the left hand forward. If you wanted to try standing mermaid, you hook the foot into the right elbow crease, and maybe you kick in. Left hand can come up and over. Oh, good challenge here. So maybe the hands don't meet. Maybe the hand interlaces. Keep trying to draw the right hip down. Can you take a little bit more of a kick here? One final big breath in. As you exhale, can you keep the bind of the hand around the foot as you tip yourself forward? Standing splits variation with the hand clasped. Okay, we're going to start to open the right hip up into our Chapasana. So you might slide the left heel towards the left a bit more, the left toes towards the right a bit more, to allow you to have hip rotation on the bottom. Once you got there, maybe you take a little bit of a kick with the right foot, drawing the right shoulder back. You can always bring your hands to a block here, your left hand. If you want a challenge, you could try hover the left foot off the ground. Sorry, the left hand off the ground. Take one more big breath in. Can you kick a little bit more? As you exhale, release the right foot to Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Maybe you lift the chest up a little bit more. Flex the right foot. You can try draw that right hip back, right shoulder back. One more breath. When you're ready, take a long step back, Beta Bajasana 2. Big breath in, open the arms wide. Exhale, deep in here. Woo. So the left knee's pressing towards the front of the mat, right toes are drawn in. Big breath in here. As you exhale, bring the hands towards the ground and start to walk them towards the back of your mat. Keep pressing the left hip forward, but reach your hands towards the back of the mat. Engage through the right quadricep. Take one more breath here. Walk your hands back through center slightly. Come onto the left toes. Start to pivot the left foot in. So you tap it down towards the ground, right toes to the back of the mat. Left hand comes towards the ground or towards a block. Big breath in as you sweep the right hand up. As you exhale, see if you can open the chest towards the ceiling. Shoulders pull down the spine. You can always bring your left hand towards the thigh or the hip or to a block. Inhale, come down, reach the right hand down towards the ground. Bend into the right knee, Skandasana, left leg turns high. Okay, we've got an option to play with an arm balance here. Breathe in, walk your hands forward, hands come wide. Exhale, can you draw the left knee up towards the left tricep? You can stay here or start to bend the elbows. I'm gonna hook the left thigh onto the left tricep. See if you can shift the weight forward. Maybe the right toes lift. If you wanted the full option of your Eka Pada Koundinyasana, you might lengthen both of the legs out long. Try one more breath and whatever option you are in. When you're ready, bring the right knee down, left knee down, cross over the feet, shift yourself forward a little bit. Navasana, boat pose. Maybe the feet are down, maybe the legs are extended. Can you reach both of the palms up towards the sky? Shoulders pull down the spine. Stay here for one more big breath in. As you exhale, low boat. Lower back touches towards the ground, but we curve through the upper back. Shoulders pull down the spine. Reach the hands towards your feet. Big breath in through the nose, lift up a little bit taller. Exhale, lie down on the ground. Slide your feet towards your hips. And then start to press up into your Setu Bandhasana, your bridge pose. You might stay with your hands by your sides. You might walk high onto your shoulders, clasp the hands together, and press the hands through the ground. Squeezing the glutes. Taking a moment to breathe here. Let's all release the hands. Gently lower the spine towards the ground. We're going to rock up and down the spine a couple of times and then walk back or jump back into our plank position. So just taking a couple of times. Then crossing over the feet, taking a little jump back into your plank position. Option to stay here or draw the right foot up. Big breath in, shift the weight forward. Exhale, bend yourself halfway, hold here, or tap the right toes towards the left side of the mat. Inhale, come back through center, lift yourself up tall. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Spread the hands wide. We're going to use our next breath to make our way to the top of the mat. So you can walk forward. You can hop forward using the exhale to lower ourselves down. Inhale, lift halfway, hands to shins, shoulders pull back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, lift the arms, feel that energy lift. Exhale, Tadasana. Moment to breathe. And then we transition to the other side last time. And then we're going to slow things right down. Use your next breath in, transfer the weight into the right leg. Draw the left knee towards the chest, hug the nose towards the knee. You could stay here if you wanted a bit more. Hands come around the back of the leg or the calf. See if you can extend the left leg out a little bit longer. We're curving through the upper back to try to draw and close the gap between the chest and the thigh. One more breath. Release the hands around the leg. Take the left hand around the ankle to find your Dhanurasana. So right hand reaches forward, or if you wanted to go into your standing mermaid, you can hook the left foot into the elbow crease of the left arm. You're squeezing your glutes. If you wanted to try, right hand could cup up and over, trying to pull the left hip down, left shoulder forward, maybe finding a little kick of the left foot away from the body. One more breath here. If you've got the mermaid, just release it. Left hand comes around the outside of the ankle. Start to tip yourself forward. Right hand might come to the ground or to a block. Start to open the hip up, finding our Chapasana. So again, our right heel might shuffle back slightly. That's going to make it a little bit easier to open the left hip a bit more. Left shoulder pulls back. If you wanted the challenge, you could try hover your right hand off the ground, maybe to your ankle. Take one more breath here. Can you kick away a little bit more? Start to open the arm and the leg out wide. Ardha Chandrasana. Flex the left foot. One more breath. Oh, this was fun. Take a big step back with your left foot. Big breath in. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Right knee presses forward. Try to draw that left hip back, left shoulder back. Reach the hands in both directions. Breathe in, stay low. Exhale, bring the hands towards the ground. Walk the hands towards the back of the mat. So again, you're pressing the right hip forward, but you're reaching the hands behind you. Keep pressing through the outer edge of the left foot. Left quadricep draws up. Come back to center on your in-breath. Come onto right toes. Exhale, pivot the right knee towards the back. Left toes turn behind. Right hand comes to the ground or a block. Breathe in, insert the left hand high. Exhale, see if you can open the chest towards the sky. You're opening and squeezing the glutes. Shoulders pull down. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, bend into the left knee, Skandasana. Right toes turn high. Okay, opportunity to play again with our Eka Pada Koundinyasana. Start to walk your hands forward. Feet are wide, the hands are wide on the mat. Big breath in, hug the right knee towards the right tricep. Start to bend the elbows. Again, thigh comes onto the right elbow. If it feels good, extend the leg out long. Try lift the left foot up. Might take a couple of goes getting in here. Press away from the ground. Whew. When you're ready, breathe in, right knee comes up. Exhale, cross over your feet. Find your way onto your hips. Start to extend the legs out long, Navasana. Breathe here. If your wrists feel quite got a bit of tension in there, you can roll them out here, roll them out the other way. Big breath in, can you lift up a little bit taller? Exhale, lower the lower back towards the ground. Low boat. Shoulders pull back, turn the palms up towards the ceiling. One more breath. When you're ready, lie yourself on the ground. Couple of options here. You can rest. You can find your Setu Bandhasana, your bridge pose, or you can find your Urdhva Dhanurasana, your wheel pose. Now, I'll demo for Urdhva Dhanurasana, but if you'd like to find something else, then please go there. If you're trying your wheel, hands come by your shoulders, fingertips towards your shoulders. Tuck the elbows in slightly. We're going to start to lift through the hips, so press through the heels. Once they're lifted into a bridge, start to press through the hands. Squeeze the glutes, lift your chest up. Imagine like the heart was trying to pull towards the back of your mat and then upwards. Draw the shoulder blades up the spine. Hug the knees towards each other. If it feels comfortable, you could start to bring your eye gaze down towards your mat. We'll stay here for about 3 to 5 more breaths. If you feel any strong pinching through the lower back, through the neck or anywhere else, please let this go. When you're ready, starting to lower the head towards the ground, bending the knees. lowering yourself down, maybe hugging the knees towards the chest. Rolling out the wrists if you need. And then we're going to finish with our final vinyasa transition. So we're going to roll up, jump back into the plank again, or walk back. Take a few rolls up and down the spine, releasing through the lower back. You can also bring your feet up and over if that feels good, into a halasana variation. And then when you're ready, just finding your way back into your plank position. Breathe in, shift the weight forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Option to draw the left foot up. Inhale. And then exhale, tap the left foot towards the right side. Inhale, come back through center. Press up into your Urdhva Dhanurasana. Draw the ankles together this time. Bring the knees down. Hips go back. Balasana. Letting the heart rate drop down slightly. Letting the jaw and the mouth relax. Let's try to take about one more or two more deep breaths here. Re-anchoring yourself in this moment if you've noticed you've floated away. When you're ready, we'll start to walk the hands back towards the knees. Cross over the feet. We've got a short wind down sequence before we head down onto our backs into our Shavasana. Extend both of the legs out forward. Big breath in through the nose. As we exhale, fold yourself forward into your Paschimottanasana. Using this as a way to counter that strong back bend that we just did. Again, using this as a moment to fold into yourself. To allow space for this practice to become more internal. Letting any fog or any shields, any layers that cover the heart, that cover the mind space, start to unravel. One more breath here. When you're ready, just starting to walk the hands back. Take the hands behind you, feet wide on the mat. Start to drop the knees over to one side and then over to the other. And when the next time that your knees land over to the right, hold there. Try find a 90-90 position with the knees, so 2 90-degree angles. Big breath in, lift tall through the spine. As you exhale, can you walk over that right knee? Maybe the elbows come towards the ground. If you're feeling quite bendy today, you want a little bit more, you can think about threading the left hand through towards the right. And that's encouraging the left shoulder towards the ground, left hip towards the ground. One more slow, long breath. See if you can walk yourself back. We're going to try find a twist. Big breath in. Maybe the left hand comes around the right ankle. As you exhale, see if you can twist your chest towards the right. If your right hand meets the right foot, the left foot, sorry, you might be able to grasp that. Otherwise, just bring it towards the side. You can always use a block here to help lift you up. One more breath. Find your way back through center, and we'll try that all on the other side. So start by making the knees in 90-90. Big breath in, lift up tall. Exhaling, walking yourself over your front leg. Again, if you've got space, you might think about drawing the right hand towards the left side. Try one more breath here. Finding your way back through center, walk yourself up. Maybe the hand comes around the left foot. You might walk the ankle in a bit. Big breath in, lift up tall. As you exhale, see if you can twist the chest towards the left. The left hand might stay on the ground. It might come to a block if you need a bit more of support. You can tuck the right foot in a little bit more. See if the left hand comes around the ankle or the toes. Keep using your breaths in to lift you up tall. Using your exhale to deepen the twist, letting your eye gaze shift to a point over your left shoulder. When you're ready, just coming back through center, we'll head down onto our backs. And feel free to bring a block with you if you wanted to find a supported bridge. Is there any other movements that you'd like to do, asanas that you'd like to practice? Maybe a halasana, that feet over the head pose might feel really good, or a shoulder stand. At any point, if you wanted to find a supported bridge, you could use your block or a pillow to just bring your hips underneath. And letting your spine relax and settle. If you are ready for stillness, feel free to close down the eyes. Let the rhythm of the breath slow down. And just reminding ourselves that when we turn up for our practice, when we consciously make effort to practice awareness, to practice just being here, the benefits will come. And sometimes it takes time for that to occur, but we have trust that it will come. We'll be here for a couple of minutes of quiet. I'll let you know when it's time to come out. bring some attention back to your mat. We slowly start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Of course, if you've got time, then I would so recommend staying here for longer. This is the best part of our practice, is staying in the stillness, letting our body and mind and heart just sit in this period of endorphins, of connection. In your own time, if you are needing to leave this practice for whatever reason, then we'll find a way into a seated position. You grabbing the backs of the legs, rolling yourself up. Keeping the eyes closed once we've landed, trying not to rush this process. Perhaps reflecting on this practice, reflecting on the space that you may have created for yourself. And if it feels comfortable for you, maybe bringing hands through heart center, or maybe just keeping the hands in the lap, and letting these moments of stillness, these moments of connection reappear through the day. I thank you so much for practicing with me, and I hope to see you again sometime soon. Namaste. And again, if you felt like this video was beneficial to you, I would love it if you could share it with someone or some people that you thought that they would enjoy it as well. Much love to you all.